Hey guys, welcome back to the Interceptor. We are here with another Alliance War video. So today we are here with Season 30, Number 5, where ISO8A has matched up against SpBa. These guys are usually in Platinum 1, but we know that we can't take them lightly. We have to have a good war. So in Section 1, we have 2 Quake fights, and then 1 Ghost fight, and then Section 2 plus Boss Islands, all Ghost. So, we're starting off on the hazard shift lane, and I did speed up these fights because I have Weapon X followed by Thing on this path, and they're both pretty simple Quake fights, very straightforward. Weapon X, of course, goes stun immune, but I really don't mind Quaking stun immune. To me, I don't really think there's a difference between stun immune and not stun immune, but I guess that just really comes down to experience, because some people need that break where they don't have to evade and charge heavy. But yeah, I really don't mind it. So last war I had one fight that was almost completely stun immune because Kingpin shrugged off almost all my stuns because of Force of Will. And this is pretty much the same fight, except every single stun is not going to be sticking. And yeah, we got him up to like 190 raid charges, which is pretty crazy. So yeah, that fight goes down. Absolutely beautiful, no mistakes. He did charge a heavy there, and I know that there are certain heavies that you can't punish, or sorry, you can't double evade them. You have to dex the second hits, or the second hit, and I know that Weapon X is one of those. Another example would be Korg. You have to evade and then dex. You cannot double evade, which you can do quite often. Just not the case for these defenders. And now we are on Thing on the next node, so I don't really know what this is here to stop. Maybe Ghost, but then you also can't take Weapon X with Ghost safely. So yeah, not really the best placement in the world, but this is also a perfect fight by me. This is literally just an easier version of the previous fight. So yeah, it goes really nicely. He's not going to go down here. Oh, he is going to go down there from my heavy attack. Nice. So there we go. And then there, here I'm just going to put on full suicides because I left off the poison, obviously, for my Quake fights, or else I would lose like 3 to 4 times as much health. That's probably not true. I'm probably exaggerating. It's probably around 3 times. It's probably around... yeah. I'd probably lose 25% of my health in those fights, so 2.5 times, whatever. Now we're on to this Mojo, and originally I was assigned to use Quake. I don't love using Quake versus Mojo just because sometimes you have to play parry style, sometimes you have to play deck style, and I don't really like going back and forth. But right there, I was trying to use my special move, but the prompts that I actually given did not allow me to use my special 2. Because the prompt that I was given was throw a special attack. And if you guys know the way that Ghost works with Mojo, Ghost gets a cruelty on her special 2. So if I were to throw that special 2, activating the prompt, the cruelty that resulted from that special 2 would, because he's on cooldown with the prompts, it would actually trigger the degeneration. So if I'd thrown that special 2, yeah, it had a chance it might have killed, but I also would have lost like an additional 40% of my health, and I would have ended this fight with 20% health instead of 60. So while it does make the fight longer, I do believe that was the correct decision to not throw my special 2. Also, I didn't use tech boost for that fight because I have these 4 Ghost fights later, and I had only 1 tech boost left. So I had to ration it. And there was no point in using it for that one fight, especially since 1 special 2, if I kept my cruelty, would have killed anyways. So now we are here with our last 4 fights, and we're actually going to get all 4 of these Ghost fights done on 1 special 1 boost, which is awesome. So here we're going to throw the special 1 boost on, and we are on Path 9, Section 2 yet again. I've been on this path 4 out of 5 wars this season, and I'm doing pretty well on it. I've yet to die here, I think. Yeah, because I died to... Okay, yeah, because I died to node 53 and I've died to node 13. I actually don't know what that Nick Fury was. But yeah, Chavez, the only thing to worry about when you're fighting Chavez is that you do not want to double phase, which is why I dashed back at the start of the fight so that I only phase one hit and then can immediately punish. And now... Yeah, and then she drops with the second special too. Now we're on to Moleman. There is actually something that you need to worry about when ghosting Moleman. And that thing is don't run Resonate. Because if you run Resonate, you inflict the weakness. And he has Monster Mass. He can actually block unblockable attacks. So you can ghost him normally while he has 0 Monster Mass. But if he gains any, do not throw that special 2. Unless it's an intercept, unless you know it will land and it was not hitting his block. So that's the only thing. But that fight does go really well. He doesn't throw that special 1, but I was blocking after my special 2, so there wasn't exactly a good chance. Here I'm going to throw in a potion, and then I don't believe I actually throw in a potion before Peni, so that must be my last potion of the war. And this is a pretty straightforward fight. This is Polka Dot Power, Stunning Reflection. I'm going to do double phase into light attacks. And I actually did Dual Bishop the previous war when I had to fight him as well. And he's just straightforward. Like, he doesn't really punish you too fast, so you can do that. And then I throw one special 1. Doesn't quite get me in my special 2, so I take one more hit on the phase. If he'd thrown that special 1, it wouldn't have mattered, because I would have gotten an Incinerate debuff on me when I was hitting him after I phased after the special attack. And then he would have probably dropped from the first hit. So sure, I would have lost 5 to 10% of my health, but he would have died 2 to 3 seconds faster. So, now we're up against Peni Parker. And while I don't believe she is bugged, her ability description is definitely incorrect. It does not in any way reflect the way her abilities actually work in the fight. Well, I don't mean in no way does it reflect it, but in the way of how her auto block works, it is incredibly incorrect in the way the description says. So when she is on a node with increased ability accuracy, ghost intercepts do not bypass auto block. They do not. That is the way that her abilities work, unfortunately. So the way you get around that is double phase parry 2 heavy attacks, a heavy attack, do that again, heavy attack, 1 hit on the phase, and they're down. And yeah, it was a nice fight. And I got all 4 of those last fights done on 1 special 1 boost. So that's going to be it for my war. And the war is actually not over. The current score is 140 exploration for us to 120 exploration for them, and we are ahead with a score of 7-5. So in the next 10 fights, in order for us to lose, we would have to die more than 2 times more than they die in their last 30 fights. So that's probably not going to happen, but if it does, I'll update the description. So I'm going to chalk it up as a win for now. Technically, it could change, but not likely. And we were actually doing so good this war. When we were at 120 attacker kills, we had 1 death. And then we died 4 times in 15 fights. So, yeah. Our death total is still at 2. Our PSR is at 25 out of 27, or 93%, and our Deathless streak is now at 8, adding on 7 fights this war. So I was pretty happy about how this war went. I actually did want to bring Quake to day 1 of Alliance Quest, which I will have a video on, but I ended up bringing an alternative because I needed her for war, and I didn't really find anyone suitable to replace her for those 2 fights. Falcon could have done the thing, but he would have been sketchy against Weapon X. Warlock could have done Weapon X, but it would have been a long fight against Thing. So, yeah, I just didn't really want to do that. And, yeah, that's pretty much going to be it for my war. Very quick war today, even though I had 7 fights. Because when 5 of the 7 are ghost fights, the war goes pretty quickly. And, actually, all 4 of those last 4 fights, went down in under 25 seconds. So that's awesome. But yeah, that is going to be the end of my war. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next war video. Bye.